No, well, here's what happens. We used to, if you're listening on the YouTube, we're live now. If you're listening on the YouTube, you'll hear the dope intro music that we edit in after.
Right.
We used to come in with all types of intro music, and we decided that one day we want to get paid for this, so we ain't fucking with the copyrights no more, and now Payday puts his beats on.
Right.
And that is Payday's voice you hear. I am Sean Cove. This is another Friday night episode of the Gig Podcast. We're here as always. I would like you, can you make a phone call for me?
Yeah, you got to give me your phone, but I can do it. Yeah, of course. Who
Call
do you need me
Peter
to call?
and tell him my mink's dragging on the floor.
I understand.
I got one half of the infamous Sticks and Rob'em Strong Arm crew in the building. A Triple OG legend, Cousin E, is over there. And sitting next to him is a man who's known to swig Chianti and pour the wine on stoops. My man, Smoke Dog. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
What up?
So, this is, oh, I am not plugged in. Hold on one second.
Well, that's going to sound terrible.
That's all right. It'll get better.
It should.
Hopefully.
I'll double check. You keep talking.
Hopefully that works,
What an
and
intro.
we're good now. Yeah. We are here. This is the Triple OGs episode of the fucking podcast. We got some guys from some players from way back, and I've been doing the solo podcast thing for a few weeks now, and
It's an incredibly hurtful thing to say.
well, no guest.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're always here. You're a goddamn staple. I just forgot about the fucking guy. I forgot you were even here, dude.
It happens.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so today we got some guys in the building who are not strangers to me. Me and Smoke go back 100 years. Smoke, have you come on yet?
I think I sat in once or twice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think early on when we were audio only.
probably.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Maybe.
No, because I think.
Oh, it's Sanchez.
Yeah, it was Sanchez,
Oh, okay.
the firefighter.
Yeah, he was in
I
here
just
with
sat in for a little bit.
doing with
Nothing crazy.
Sanchez. I've known Smoke Dog for 113 years now.
And a half.
Yeah, and I've known E for 107.
Yep.
So we go way back. Once we start getting into things, I'm sure there's going to be at least a few incriminating stories told today, without a doubt. So,
That's a lie.
lie detector says?
I wasn't there.
Cannot confirm or deny.
I don't know.
E, I've
I
told.
don't know any stories, brother.
Listen, if anybody is a gig follower, you know, we got a couple guys who watch on the regular. They already know you.
They're just putting a face to the name.
They're
at
like,
this point.
oh, that's the fucking infamous Cousin E, huh?
Wow.
You know, they know. I think
Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have watched this a couple times before I came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what he was. I needed to see what he was doing in here.
I'm basically what I'm trying to do is make me and you look as tough as possible when telling a
That's
story.
pretty much what it sounds like for a
I
story.
pretty much eliminate any of the negative, like where we could be construed as anything but, you know, like
Yeah.
super thugs. I take all the other bullshit
that's a
right
lie.
out.
Every story basically ends with that one scene in Bronx Tale with the now
That's
you
right.
can't leave, and then you kick the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
I
and then the
I
story's
wasn't
over.
there.
Yeah, every
Cannot confirm or deny.
Let's see. So you know what my jam is that I found?
What's your jam?
I love a good fucking angry for sale post.
Okay.
Right? Like if you're browsing Facebook
Yeah.
and somebody has Ray, what's up? Ray's in the chat. Ray, congratulations to the Braves,
Oh yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get where's the
You got the
joint?
board? It's
oh,
right
I got
there.
the joint. Hold on, this is for you, Ray. Where's it at?
Like second row, I think.
There you go. The goddamn Braves won the World Series. Chipper Jones. Who's another old school Dave?
Tom Glavine.
Tom Glavine. Wasn't there an Avery?
Mike, Maddox.
Maddox.
Yeah, they had the ridiculous pitching in the 90s.
They had a
They got
fucking
it. They
center
had- they
fielder
had-
who was a big name too.
Let me hit you with it. Oh, they had Dion. Remember they had Dion.
The Braves had Dion?
Dion was playing center field for the Braves.
Okay,
thought it was
maybe
the
that's what I'm
Cardinals.
thinking of. David
No,
Justice?
Dion was
Dave
playing-
Justice played for the
They
Braves?
had
Yeah.
David Justice.
Yeah.
They had Fred McGriff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
thinking of
Fred
Ken
McGriff.
Griffey, but I knew it wasn't
No.
Ken
Nah,
Griffey.
he's
It's Fred
Seattle.
McGriff.
Fred
Ken Griffey
McGriff.
was Seattle.
Yeah.
McGriffey was Seattle. Yeah, the
They had-
Braves were a stacked team.
Bro, they had Marquise Grissom, Otis Nixon. They had the fucking pitcher with one arm, too.
I thought he was on the A's.
Was he? I don't
Yeah.
know. I knew. I mean, the Braves have an A on their hat, so I was
They do.
close.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So I scroll through Facebook and there's these wild fucking angry posts. Like it'll be a for sale post though, right? And somebody posts like, let's just fucking pull something out of the air here. They're like, hey, selling this box of diapers, right? And then it says like, you know, size 3 diapers, Huggies, brand new unopened box. And if you motherfuckers keep contacting me with lower prices than I asked for, I'm getting fucking sick of it. Stop hitting me up and asking me if it's... And they get mad angry in the post.
I know what I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Hit you one of those.
I know what I got. I know these diapers are worth $17.95.
I know what's in the box.
Oh,
so don't come with your low ball offer.
Yeah. And they get mad angry, bro. They get wild angry. I just think it's a poor sales tactic.
Well, in most ways it is because they sound belligerent, but there is a certain level of anger that you can put into it if done right that it attracts more people to your ad.
Tell me how. How do you think that
I've
happens?
seen them like when an ex-wife is selling a husband's car and he cheated on her and she's all pissed off about what happened and she's selling the car for half price and whoever wants it first comes
well,
first
then
serve.
you put the anger in it.
Right,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah,
get you get traction because everybody wants to read that story and they're like, oh, I might want to buy that car too.
And you call it the treacherous Toyota.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Fucking
This is what he drove over to that slut's house and was like, I'll
Shiesty
give it to you for half
Avalon
price.
for sale.
Right, but like in that case, like you're kind of pretty much, you're probably kind of already getting a deal if that's the case. Like if the wife's selling her husband's car,
Yeah,
she probably wants it gone, so she's just angry, and you're probably getting a deal too at the same time.
Yeah,
so
Right.
I'm
you're
talking.
definitely going to want to go over there.
Yeah, I'm talking about the fucking angry, the angry motherfucking post for no reason.
That almost feels like they don't want to sell what they're posting for sale.
Yeah. Like,
Unless I can get $1,000 for these diapers, don't call me.
yeah, cuz
Then
take
why
it
don't you
easy.
fucking posting it in the
It's
first
fine.
place?
Yeah. Just post it and fucking leave it.
Right.
Leave the anger home, babe.
Right.
You know, I guess they get frustrated with whatever the fuck they get frustrated, and people just don't have the emotional IQ to fucking deal with their frustration like a grown-up, and so they put it in a post, which happens in all facets of the internet.
I've personally never posted anything on Facebook for sale, but through some weird chain of events, there was a tractor, an actual like a John Deere that was posted in my name as if I was selling it, and the fucking IMs.
You look like a guy who would
of course,
fucking have a
yeah.
John Deere. You kind of look like John Deere himself, I think.
The questions that people were asking and the things that they were saying, like I understand why these people are angry,
Right.
but then just don't post if you can't manage that.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, here's another thing that fucking happened. So, guys selling a monster fridge, right? Like not like a big ass fridge, like a fridge marked with
Yeah,
monster
like
on the
from the
side of it.
company.
One of those little promo fridges or whatever you want
It was
to call
cool, right? But it's a full size fridge, like some
Oh,
shit you
right.
would see in a gas station.
Like a straight walk-in, like a big.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
a
like
big
the-
old drink fridge.
Yeah, one of those.
big old fucking drink fridge, like
Right.
Paulie had at
At the
fucking
pi-
Country Farm.
At the pizza shop.
Yeah, like fucking Yogi had over there
Yeah,
on
yeah,
fucking what street was he on?
Fish pond.
Fry's
Yeah,
Mill.
yeah,
Fry's
Fry's
Mill.
Mill.
That was on Fry's Mill.
Yeah, that's
Now he's
that's
on
your
what's-
end of the
No,
hood.
he's on Fry's Mill now. He was on Fish Pond though.
Who, Yogesh?
Yeah,
No, Yogesh was always on Fry's Mill.
I thought way back he had the joint over by your spot.
He's got
No.
multiple joints now.
Yeah, bro. Yog
Yogesh
Yog
is
and,
blowing up.
Paulie
He's
too.
gonna be mayor of Washington Town.
Here's the thing. Paulie had a couple joints. Paulie was our guy who owned the corner store, and Yog was E's guy, and both of them had went from owning the fucking the corner store that we frequented and stood outside of asking people to buy us cigarettes when we were 13 to then buying multiple corner stores and fucking becoming like corner store not entrepreneurs, corner store moguls. I would call
Paulie
them.
lived in that
Yeah.
huge neighborhood right there. Remember, he used to
Man,
just walk.
had like he had a $500,000 house off a fucking corner
Yeah,
store
and he would
money.
walk. He would walk to work. Remember?
Off of bread. Motherfucker was getting bread off of bread. Anyway, so this fucking monster, John, is on sale. The guy wants to sell it for a G. So he puts it up, and instantly some little fucking crumb comes in on the fucking post like,
I'll give you 30
this
bucks
is
for it.
no, he's like, I don't know why the fuck you would sell this for. If I was going to pay that much, I'd get an LG and have somebody paint monster on the side of it. This is fucking crazy that you would try and rip somebody off like this. And so I'm watching him like, this guy's trying to, and he tags one of his buddies. Like, hey, come be an asshole with me into this guy's post.
Tell him.
Hey, you're not doing anything. Why don't you spend some time breaking this guy's balls about a fucking fridge, right?
Bunch of Red Bull guys.
So I had
Energy wars.
Yeah, somebody fucking.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, somebody sent the fucking some money down the chain from Red Bull to these guys to sabotage you. You might be right.
Put the wedge in there.
You might be right.
It's all about
So
division.
I had a few minutes at that fucking time, and I was like, you know what? This kid looks like an asshole. I'm gonna tell him why he's an asshole. So I gave him a good fucking paragraph long post, like, hey bud, I'm gonna teach you this because apparently nobody else has, right? You never fucking step on a man's hustle. Like, you don't know what this guy has going on. Maybe $1,000 is outrageous. Maybe he lost his job during the pandemic, and this $1,000 is going to get his kids Christmas. You got no idea, you know? And if somebody doesn't want to pay it, they don't pay it. If they want to pay less, they get in his inbox and bargain, right? So the guy, the fucking crumb, says, oh, you must have a whole lot of time on your hands. I'm not going to let him rip anybody off. I'm like, oh. I thought about it long and hard, right? I wanted a real good fucking comeback. I wanted it to sting.
Right.
And I was coming up empty.
Okay.
I couldn't think of anything that would sting real good, so I hit him with the old, because he said, you must have a lot of time on your hands. I said, I always make time to share knowledge with a wayward young man.
Nice.
You know, and then left it at that. But I've been getting, like I said last week, I'm fighting with Australians,
Right.
political Australians. So I've been getting kind of spicy on the internet.
Yeah, that's going to be your thing now, trolling on the internet.
Yeah, for sure.
Finally catching up to the 90s.
Yeah,
Also, check this one
it's a
out.
dangerous thing, though.
Yeah. I got I'm in Home Depot as I normally am on a fucking regular day. And
The Admiral.
yeah. I'm a popular at Home Depot, bro. It's just the reality of things. Hey, what do you think of the chata?
It's A1.
This is the fucking greatest drink on earth.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You got a little bit of Fireball in that one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he got
yeah.
the real thing.
He got the cinnamon toast
I
crunch.
got
Yeah,
you.
that's the first time right there. It's definitely
It's
A1.
tasty.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I feel like it's a good holiday drink.
Yeah, I'm
It's
getting in the spirit. Like that's mostly why I'm drinking it. I'm just trying to get into the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
So
trying
you
to just
seem
get into
spiritual.
that. Yeah. Oh, wait, for sure.
Yeah.
Holiday spiritual.
Yes.
Yeah,
For sure.
Come around.
It felt kind of holiday-ish this morning with fucking frost on the ground and shit.
Yeah.
Walking
yeah.
outside to go to work, it was still dark. It's kind of starting to feel a lot like Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
And
until
it'll
next
As
be,
soon as Halloween's over, it starts rolling
yeah,
downhill.
it'll be
Dude.
New Year's before you know it.
As
Yeah.
soon as Halloween's over, as soon as Halloween's done, the year's done.
We're rocking and rolling.
It's over because everything just rolls downhill after that. Thanksgiving, boom,
Yeah.
Christmas,
This year has gone
New Year's done.
ridiculously fast.
It really did.
This is
Ridiculously fast.
the 3 months where I just have to survive
Yeah.
having my kid, because this is where his birthday is in the middle of October, and from there until like New Year's, he's just revved up, and that's all you can do.
And he's just
He's
fucking breaking your pocket every chance he
he's
gets.
He's already got his whole Christmas list filled out. He's got books circled, all that shit.
Did
Well,
they
and he
send
has
you the-
like he had like his birthday, so that was
Yeah.
a thing, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Halloween's like another
Yeah,
like party
right.
for
It's
a
like
kid.
now it's
Yeah.
every 2 weeks out now,
You know what
because
I
then
mean?
he'll have off from school for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then by the time he comes
Oh,
back,
man.
it's like 15 days
You
out
got to
from
be
Christmas.
stacking
Yeah.
all year for them.
Yeah, for that run, bro.
Brutal.
Everybody's got like maybe 2, 3. They got to put some money. This guy's got 5 back to back.
Right.
I make him.
Two
I make
in
him.
October, 2 in November, and then Christmas to top it off.
Yeah, I make him ask his nonna and his grandma for the expensive gifts, and we try to fill in the middle.
Man.
That's what a grandma's for.
That's right.
Did he get did you guys get the Amazon book in the mail?
No.
Yours is Adriana's a little young probably, but she might. But they sent us a book like a fucking
Like the
catalog.
Toys R Us Christmas book.
Bro,
but
yeah,
Is it like the
like
old
the
Penny's
Toys R Us.
catalog?
Yeah, bro, it was like the Toys R Us Christmas like flyer that they send,
Yeah.
but times 14. It was like 100 pages of just fucking
Wow.
toys. I walk
Wow.
into the bedroom. Sadie's got a pair of bifocals on and a
Wow.
fucking
Magnifying
Fe-
glass by her
a
side.
fucking feather pen in her hand, and she's just
Keeps-
checking shit off.
Keeps licking the tip and writing stuff down.
Licks her finger to turn a page. I'll take one of those.
Take-
Yep, take that.
just take this
I
whole
like
page.
Let's wax seal this
She's
one
like,
and send
oh,
it out.
I've never seen this one. Might as well get that. Might as well see what this is about.
Somebody's
And
gotta be the
craziest
first.
part is the 5-year-old. She already knows the name of every one of them. she remembered. She's like, yeah, I want the bouncing
Oh, yeah,
doll. I want
Yeah.
the dog. I want the.
She
the
wants all-
Because it's like
playhouse."
as soon as they see something, it sticks in her brain.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
She's like, what? Santa Claus is bringing that this year. I don't want to hear nothing.
It don't
man."
even got to be cool. Like if
Santa's
it just like
bringing
sticks in her brain,
Yeah.
like they'll just want it,
That's it.
If it's got
Yeah.
enough colors on it,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, it'll
they'll
stick.
fucking grab it.
and
Yeah.
they won't forget it.
And Sadie she does this thing where she purposely, I think, like in her head, she goes like, I think she thinks like, well, I have to play with some boy toys so that Daddy can like have a good time too. Like, she'll like purposely be like, I think we should get the Ninja Turtle house. Like,
I mean,
I think we should too, babe.
yeah. I
Right,
mean,
just right down the
thoughtful.
middle, like it's still a dream house, but it's the turtles. So
I
we
mean,
can
yeah.
all be
if
good
that
together.
ain't love right there.
Yeah, that's very thoughtful.
No, but she
I
wants
mean-
the Barbie
It's
house
not, yeah,
too.
it's not love, it's awareness.
Listen,
I
she's got
mean-
them both circled though. She wants the Barbie house and the turtle house.
You're gonna pay for it one way or the other. You
I've
know what I
already
mean?
built one. I thought that I built one doll house that took me a good half of a day to build one year.
By the time you were done building it, she was on to the next dollhouse.
Yeah. Now this is 2 years later. She wants another Barbie dream house.
It's got to get bigger. It's got to put some extension
I don't,
on
bro.
it.
Did you see it in the other room?
Yeah.
I don't think that thing gets any bigger, dude. Before I'll have to get her a tiny house.
You're going to have to build a deck off the back.
I'm gonna
and
have to build a
everything.
tiny
Is that the
home in
one
the
you built?
backyard.
Is that the one you built in the shed?
Yeah. I have to build a tiny home for her. So that happened. Anyway, I'm at Depot, right?
Yeah.
Back to that. I missed a really good segue with talking about the year, but I'll come back. I'll circle back around.
You should do that. We can revisit it.
Yeah. So I go to Depot, regular shit. I needed 6 bags of concrete, and I needed 6 bags of concrete. I needed maybe a piece of trim, and I stole some multi-blades.
You got to do that.
Because multi-blades are fucking unreal
They're free.
expensive.
We already discussed this. The
They're
rule at Home
free.
Depot is if it fits under the heavy stuff, it's yours to keep.
Well, I kind of only half stole it on purpose, right? Because I put it on the flat cart,
Right.
and then I turned to put concrete on the flat cart, and where I turned to put it, it was on top
Already
of.
happened to be there.
I was like, I'm not gonna move it.
No.
You know, so they didn't see it under there. They didn't bother to check. Not my fault.
No. They got people posted at the end of the self-checkouts. That's on them.
Yeah, and she wasn't turning over a 50-pound bag of
Well,
concrete either.
it was a young gentleman,
Yeah,
and that's what this is what that story is
There
about.
we go.
This young fella, he was a stocky kid, but clean. You know what I mean? Fresh, had like the cool kid haircut with the curly top and the faded sides, right?
Part stitched into it with a razor.
Maybe a Spanish kid, could have been Middle Eastern. You know, olive complexion skin, right? You know, the beautiful gentleman.
Sure.
Stocky though. And I pull up on him. He's checking my shit out. You know, bink, bink, beep, beep. And he's looking at me and he goes, hey, what's wrong with your leg? I'm like, my leg? I'm like wondering what's wrong with my leg
Right.
at this
What
point,
happened to
right?
my leg.
And I'm looking and I'm like, I don't think anything. He was like, oh, it's just how you're standing? I'm like, yeah, I'm bow-legged like a motherfucker, bro. What's up? I'm like, only you and black girls from the hood fucking realize this shit, which is the weirdest shit in the world, right? I didn't even know I was bow-legged until the 9th grade when there was black girls in my class to tell me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just bow-legged, I guess.
He was like, you ride horses?
He was like, oh, yeah. No, you're good. I'm like, yeah, I know. He was like, listen, the Ark of the Covenant fails way before it succeeds. And I'm like, he must have seen that I looked at him wild crazy, right? I'm like, huh? He was like, well, you know, like a gold ring, before you get it to shine, you have to put it in the fire. And that's what gets you the best part of the gold. And I'm like, this fucking guy's speaking in parables. All I want is 6 bags of concrete.
Just want my change so I can go.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to placate him and be a gentleman. I'm like, yeah, I hear you, bro.
Yeah.
The fucking fire and the
The
gold.
Ark and the rings, yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
The Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, the treasure map. I picked up a treasure map
It's on the
in
back of the
in aisle
Declaration of
17.
Independence. Let's go.
Okay, carry on. Now, how much do I owe you? So he's like, yeah. He was like, he was like, nah. And when I'm looking confused, he picks up on that and he goes, oh, no, it's nothing. I just studied Dr. Stephen Furtick.
Oh,
I'm like, okay.
fantastic.
And again, confusion. I'm trying to hide the confusion because I don't want him to keep telling me shit, right? But I must have not been able to take the confused look off my face.
If this was E, it would have been a completely different
Oh,
story.
E would have been heated. He would have been told him to shut the fuck up. No, E's turning over a new leaf, bro.
I heard.
He's
He said
fucking
he's the good guy now.
FGOJB. FGOJS, friendliest guy on the job site.
He's trying to get the.
Friendliest guy on, that's friendliest guy on the job site. Yeah.
FGOJS.
That's a good title.
Yeah. Fugas.
Well, I don't even know what to say to to that encounter. Yeah, I mean, I would be
Some
taken
people-
back. I
if-
would be taken back. I
F-
mean, was he trying to school you? Was he trying to let you know that the gold will come?
I think he was trying to share a piece of knowledge that he found valuable in his life. Now, here's where it gets crazy, or a little bit homoerotic.
Why not both?
Yeah, homoeroticism
Not
is
both.
kind of crazy.
Just talk slow and
Yeah.
carry on.
So he's like, no, it's nothing. I just studied, Pastor Stephen Furtick. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, And I wanted to tell him like, yeah, I study Kevin Gates. Like, okay, so, what I should have did is like combated, came hard at him, like, oh, I study Elijah Muhammad. What's
Should've-
good?
You should have
Yeah.
given him
Yeah.
Marty's phone number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's good?
I study with Marty here.
I
call
study
this guy.
Malcolm X. How you feel?
Just make
You want to
some
get
random-
into
How do
this?
you feel?
Just make some random name up.
Nah, I'd have went fully against whatever he believed in, and just to go hard at
Just
him.
to keep going.
For sure. Just read him real quick, hear what he's talking about, and then just completely fuck with his whole world.
Went like
Like,
wild.
oh, you think you're crazy, man? Let me hit you with what I'm about.
Let me tell
Watch
you what
this.
level of crazy you're dealing with.
Like, yeah, I am bow-legged. Now check me out. You done fucked up. Now,
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
wanted
you
to get
fucked
my
with the
bags
wrong
and
one.
go. You wanted to
Yeah.
talk about some shit that I didn't really care about, my man.
You gave advice to the wrong asshole. Yeah. You're trying to drop gems on a wrong retard, buddy.
Yeah, no, you got notes written for situations like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
good at freestyling that type
Yeah,
of bullshit.
yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
My statement holds true.
yeah.
It would have went really different if he was in this situation.
I'm trying to be polite. He tells me he studies fucking this guy, right? I'm like, oh, all right, that's cool. So I pay him, and then I'm like, all right, man, have a good day. I'm trying to get out of there.
Right.
He steps in front of the cart. He was like, no, just wait a second. Let me show you something. I'm like, what do you want to show me? He was like, I'm going to show you Pastor Stephen Furtick. I'm like, look, man, it's cool. I got his name. I'm going to listen to him on my way back to the job site. Like, you don't got to do that, right? He's like, no, I'm going to show you real quick. I'm telling you. He's jacked like you. I'm like, oh, now you got my heart. You're fucking playing with heartstrings. This is unfair, bro. You're
Reeled
tapping
me
into,
right in. Reeled
you're-
me right in there,
you're,
bro.
you're tapping into my body dysmorphia, and you're fucking pulling me in. This is not an equal fight anymore. So I had to stop and fucking check out Stephen Furtick. So he shows me, and this guy's he's jacked like me, and he's got a beard, and I'm thinking like, so now I'm like, oh, this dude's jacked, and this kid said since he mentioned like my fitness, I'm like, oh, yeah, there he is. There he is, old fucking Stephen Furtick, accused of being a false. Oh yeah, no shit.
No, that's just the first picture that came up.
Payday pulled
False
up.
teacher.
Since you can't see the screen, Payday pulled up an ad that says Stephen Furtick accused of being a false teacher after recent Facebook post. I don't want to be the one to break the news to fucking Chester over there at Home Depot.
It was just the first one that showed off his gun, so that's why I showed it to you.
I mean, he's got a hell of a forearm.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's a false teacher, and the kid's quoting him in Home Depot.
Oh, the kid's fucking loving this
well,
guy's shit.
Facebook deemed that he needed to be taken down.
Yeah, we need to
Facebook
get rid of him.
said he's dangerous.
He needs
to
to
the
be
community.
eliminated.
He's got guys approaching guys.
False teaching.
He's out here
False
he's
teaching.
out here influencing the youth
Yeah,
with false teachings.
He's definitely a threat to society.
I'd be interested to find out in what teaching is false. Do you got that?
I'm flipping through the story, but it's not Facebook that accused him of this. It's other evangelicals that accused him of this after they saw it on Facebook.
Who's the opposite of the fake teachers? They're the ones coming at. They're trying to the fake priests. They're trying.
The other fake
they're
teachers,
Throwing, They're throwing dirt on his name.
Yeah, right.
That's
right.
what you got to understand about Facebook is that, especially on like bigger posts, it's all robots. Like it's fake people talking shit to stir the pot, or somebody that's paid to stir the pot.
You're not going to tell me Dr. Stephen Furtick isn't a real man with real feelings and real live positive teachings.
Yeah.
He's saved lives,
And
bro.
he might have offended some people too.
So I'm like, all right, let me check out. So I'm thinking Steven Furtrick is about his fitness because he's telling me he's built. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe this worked out in the end. Like I could get a little fucking a new fitness guy to listen to. I'll get a fucking fitness gem.
And some religion.
I'm like, all right, cool, man. I see it. I'm going to go check him out, right? I hop in the truck, and sure enough, it's like fucking, Steven Furtrick gives a lecture on John 13:4. Stephen Furtick lectures on Luke 11:12, and it's just all these.
So he was legit.
Stephen Furtrick's legit.
Yeah.
So what I think happened here
So Facebook is wrong.
is that Marty has found his way into pulling me in, right?
That dude's from Delaware that was
This
working the
guy
register.
is because I never seen him there before. This is one of fucking Marty's minions, and they knew to play to my fucking body dysmorphia and make me feel as though I'm buff, and then that would fucking reel me in. And I almost got there. I almost got.
It was a close one. I'm glad that you navigated through that though.
But it's funny, right? It made me think. It made me think that I should just start kicking knowledge all the time, right? I should just stop talking shit and start kicking knowledge. Because young guys, right? And we discussed why it's our fault that young guys are so fruity last week. And young guys, I think, a lot of young guys are looking for guidance, and they wind up looking on the internet. So you have these characters who pop up, like the Stephen Furtricks and the fucking whoever else. Who's this other guy? Oh man, I wish I remembered his name.
The Island Boys?
We got some Island Boys discussion later.
I'm saying the Island Boys are out here influencing, dog.
Yeah,
They're out here changing lives.
No, but there's a whole genre of fucking Facebook dudes who are like, even if they're not like Christian preachers, they're like preaching like life sciences to dudes. And how do we even know that you're certified to kick life science?
They're mostly not, but they just say it well enough that people send them money, and that's all they're looking for anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why are we not in that fucking lane?
I did it because you haven't filled out the paperwork to make us a nonprofit yet.
No.
Somebody once told me I should fucking start a nonprofit with the bikes.
You need 50 followers. That's all you need, and you can establish your own church legally under the IRS rules.
All right, so what you're telling me, what I'm hearing here is that
we need 20 more people on our YouTube channel, and then we're all set.
I think we're down. We need like 7 more people on YouTube.
We moved up. All right.
We get to 50.
We can open
now
up the
we're a
BMX
church,
Life
and
Church.
the fucking taxes can be eliminated.
We have to go back to doing the gig on Sundays, though.
No, our church meets on Friday night.
Friday nights.
And drinks the sacrament.
Get you ready for the weekend, right?
Yeah, instead of drinking wine, we drink the blessed rum chata.
Prep you to keep you holy for the whole weekend.
Yeah. But there's another dude who I almost got sucked into this dude at one point, right? He's like I think he's a mixed dude. He's fucking big, brolic dude, power lifter. I can't fucking remember his name for the life of me.
What was he talking about?
Well, he started talking fitness. He was kicking like smart fitness too. Like he had a lot of good information. I'm like, oh, bet. Cool. I could look him up. But then I would have to stop talking and we'd have dead air. And,
I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep talking about him and I'll figure it out.
And he started as a fitness dude. He was like a power lifter. I think he did fucking CrossFit, had a gym. And so I'm watching him and he would do mostly fitness and then drop like some decent science in between. Like, maybe something about your relationship or like maybe something about breaking up with your girl and like how to deal with a breakup and fucking keep it pushing or like, having fucking integrity. And it would just be little lessons sprinkled in between, 10 different fucking fitness routines. And then I came back like a year or 2 later to check in on my guy, and he's like far out. He's talking about fucking entering other dimensions through fucking meditation and shit. And he's got like 500,000 followers. So a whole gang of these fucking kids are buying this dude's story.
You go where the money is.
That he just created this over the fucking past year.
Yeah. He was probably running low on followers and tapped into a whole nother.
He hit a post that all of a sudden had 50,000 follows out of nowhere, and he said, "That's where I'm headed."
This is like circus churches in the fucking South. That's not the word that it is. What am I talking about?
It's church, but yeah.
It's like traveling.
Oh, traveling circus church?
Yeah, traveling circus church. It's just like the traveling circus church.
You know those, the traveling ministry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like tent revival churches where like you're traveling, except now you don't have to travel.
No, they come to
your
you.
word just has to fucking travel across these fucking wavelengths,
Across the fiber optics.
and people will buy into it
Yep.
because let's think about it like this, right? And maybe I'm wrong here. You guys tell me. I think men who have shit going on in their life, we spend a little bit of time on the internet, right? You know, and we know what we want to do. Like, I come home from work, I want to watch fucking BMX videos and stand-up comedy and fucking podcasts about either or, right? And then I go to YouTube if I need, fucking help with figuring out how to hang a fucking garage door or
Right.
something. People who don't have things going on have the time to sit and just fucking sift through countless things, right? And they are already not feeling themselves because fucking they don't have a lot going on. So there's this like bait put out there online, like this fucking, hey, I can tell you how to feel great about yourself, right?
Yeah, I think you're onto it. I think it's a little more skewed than that, but yeah, I think there's like two kinds of people. Like there's people who go onto the internet to obtain information, and then there's people who go on the internet to sort of reaffirm their position in life. So these kids are coming on like, oh, I'm down on my luck, or whatever. The girls don't like me, whatever it might be. And then you find a bunch of people that are telling back to you, hey, are you the kind of person who girls don't like you and you're down on your luck? Let me tell you how I got out of it so you can get out of it too. And then they just prey on them and take all their money and just get them to do what they want them to do.
Yeah.
So like, but those people, you're right. They were ready when they went on the internet. They were ready to be told what they thought they needed to hear in the first place. And then they were going to buy right into it.
Yeah, it's the echo chamber theory again.
Pretty much.
Now the question becomes this, right? Now, is there room, or is it possible for a guy, let's say a guy comes along who has an honest interest in using the internet to fucking reach people and build up men's self-esteem or women's self-esteem for that matter, right? And build people up.
Yeah, but it's so I think.
And is that going to be? Will he be able to have the same amount of success as a fucking shyster would?
Well, so we talked about this once before, and I think it's a long time ago, so I can bring it back up again. The idea of the incel and how the incel, as a name and as a group, started was this lady in Canada who was like, I'm having trouble getting dates. I don't know. I think I'm doing everything right. Let me form a little support group of people who are kind of on the same level as me, and let's try to figure this shit out. What's going on with us? And what happens is if you form a group like that, if you form a group that's really like designed to boost you up and help you, the people who it works for are going to leave. And the people that stick around are, for some other reason, stuck in that rut. So if you're preaching all the time, it's going to work, you're going to be good, you got to just do this and this and, whatever it might be, change your attitude about this, and then it clicks for some people and then they leave, all you're left with is the people who couldn't rearrange their attitude or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And those people are going to keep dragging on you to try to get you to placate them, because now you have to change your message for like the bottom part that's left, because now those people, you've already told them for whatever amount of time, if you change your attitude, if you do this, if you shower, if you dress nicer, you'll be okay. And they're still not okay. So now you got to start saying some more whacked out shit to them to keep them in the fold.
And then you're teaching them that women are the devil.
Right.
And then there's this whole perpetual side. Now they're incels, and they're going to remain incels because they're looking at shit the wrong way.
Right, and now they're that crazy kind of incel instead of just the person who, like, I just don't know how to mingle with society and I need help.
And I do think that there's definitely, like, we've had, like you said, we had this discussion before, and I think that, like, the MGTOW and the Red Pill community has some benefits to it.
Yeah.
But I think also it's stretched so far to the point as, like, a lot of it looks goofy, too. And so almost to, like, where it's now a caricature of itself.
Exactly.
And it's like these fucking dudes look like goofballs when really some of them are fucking giving you some solid information as far as dealing with life and with women. Because none of us can figure women out.
No. The nature's Rubik's Cube.
I'll tell you what my pop told me, which was one of the best pieces of advice regarding fucking dealing with women that I've ever heard, is that they just think different, and you're not going to ever understand why they think different, because they think out of their emotions. Their basis of what they think and what they do comes from their emotional state.
Right.
So they could feel sad if there's nothing to feel sad about, but because they feel it, it's true. Whereas, like, we may feel sad, look around and be like, there's nothing to be sad about. What the fuck am I feeling sad for? Let me just push past it because it's just a feeling that I got to shake off. And we deal in logic and what we know is concrete. And so that's been, like, probably the best piece of advice that I've found when dealing with women. And I'm going to put that up on a new YouTube page and spread it to a bunch of 20-year-old kids and see if they fucking then sign on to my Patreon
Yeah, that's
for the
move.
next piece of
That's right.
information.
That's right.
You just got to get one cashier at Home Depot.
That's it, bro. Yeah, that's
what I mean?
that. I gotta target cashiers.
Did you
Why
push
don't
And,
you-
like,
why don't you go to
bartenders?
the Home
Yeah.
Depot,
Yeah, people who talk to other
set
people all
up
day.
out front, set up a stand out front,
Okay.
start preaching that good shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, just start talking.
Yeah.
And people will follow.
If you build it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I believe
they
that's
will
true.
come. I think so.
You know, and like, you know, you could,
What are we gonna title? I think we just title it the TWD Method, without a doubt. You know.
But that once people find out what it is, now you're being exclusionary. So you can't.
But we're not. But we're not
just
being
wanna-
exclusionary.
You just want to be TD.
Fair enough. Yeah,
You know what I
they're
mean?
gonna they're gonna try and fight us on that
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
And we don't want to be exclusionary.
I'm
we
not
want to
saying that
be
we do.
all encompassing.
That's why you want to take that one piece out of the name so that you don't have to worry about
We
it.
want all flavors.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bernice's dad.
You got it.
Payday made a beat last week called fucking Bernice. Jones a
South.
stone
Bernice
cold.
South. There's a Bernice North, too.
I don't think that Bernice North. I
It's
don't know.
not
if-
even close.
Yeah, I don't think Bernice North can touch South.
not
Jones a
even
stone
close.
cold banger. If you guys listen to, and anybody who's listening to on the live or on the playback, go check the Tool Shed Volume 14. You can listen to it. Listen to the whole episode. But when you get to the last 5 minutes, Biz freestyles over a fucking Payday beat.
Oh, yeah?
That's fucking could be one of the greatest freestyles I've ever heard.
Really?
Like, unreal. Like, I really tried to break it down and think about it, right? And have you heard Biz freestyle, Smoke?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Not like live or maybe. I mean, definitely on like YouTube.
On, like, the fucking Marston houses
Yeah,
and shit like that.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I listened back, and the shit that fucking blows my mind is that Biz will freestyle, and if you don't know that he's freestyling, that shit sounds like it's a fucking
Yeah.
written song. Like, he's got punchlines and metaphors in there, and it's fucking unreal to see how fast his brain works and how in-depth he can get on that fly split-second
And
shit.
he's quick enough to make it lay out like it's a song instead of like a freestyle.
Yeah,
It's
like his
not just-
patterns are
right,
crazy.
It's not just word after word after word. It goes in couplets and it
Yeah.
moves in and out. And he's got internal rhymes in there. It's crazy.
It's pretty unreal.
Yeah.
Do you can you? Who do you think is better? Do you know
Like
some?
at that level,
Yeah. No, at any level. Yeah, because I think Biz at any level, his freestyle ability hangs with anybody and challenges, pushes anybody. The best freestylers in the world, Biz will push the line with them. I think
I think
he's not going to be out of place.
I think at his level, when Zapp was doing it all the time, Zapp was on his level.
Okay.
In the big world, there's not a lot. Like Big L could do it like that. Big L could just, when you're there, whatever the topic is, he can go and make it sound like it was already put together, even though you know it wasn't.
See, I don't know
maybe
that I
mad
ever heard.
skills.
I don't know if I ever heard Big L like freestyling.
Oh, yeah, you have. He's
Yeah,
that
I
good
just
at
thought
it.
it was a
Yeah,
song,
you
right,
just didn't
right,
know.
right.
you thought it was a song. The one with him and Jay-Z is a famous freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Over
yeah,
the
but
over
I
your
just,
favorite
to
beat.
me, I thought that was just, you
It's a
know how
freestyle.
they call it. It's a freestyle, and it's
No.
really a fucking written
Yeah.
verse just dropped over a different beat.
He would have never done that.
That's what I assumed it was. That
Yeah.
he just started plucking
Kinda
verses
tie
out of
it.
his head. Yeah, as
Possible.
Beavis, I get nothing but head.
Yeah.
there's
possible.
there's a new kid. I got to find what his name is. He's on that TDE, which is where Kendrick Lamar and all
Yeah.
of them are. And I've seen a couple freestyles from him on the LA Leakers, and he's fucking nuts with it too. But I got to find out. I forget what his name is. He goes by just like his regular government name.
Akeem something?
No, it's even more.
Kimi Casanova? That dude's nice.
No, I'll find it.
Okay. We listened to the fucking Eminem over Got It Twisted today. Which now when I listen back to it, I think that's like an official off-the-top freestyle. Because he like stumbles in a couple places
Yeah.
and like I don't...
No. If you re-listen to it though, it almost sounds like when it is a written to where he says something, he stumbles up, you could hear somebody in the background put him back on track, and he jumps right back
Right,
in where he
right.
messed up at, almost like he had it written.
Side note, big shout out to young Sadie, who's in the chat right now.
What?
So we're going to go ahead and keep it G-rated
Sure.
for a few moments while she's hanging out. But she's over there at Gigi's house, and they're kicking it. And hi, baby, and good night. I hope you sleep nicely.
Dude's name is Ray Vaughn.
I haven't heard of Ray
Yeah,
Vaughn.
I'll show you some after the show because I don't have it queued up right now.
Yeah, of course.
But he's pretty vicious with it. If what he's doing, if what I saw was truly freestyle, he's on the level.
Yeah. All right.
And listen, this will be my opportunity to fuck up the flow, but
Oh,
also
yeah, don't you have a big announcement?
Well, this is the good time for it. So
Okay.
people are going to go and look for these things on the channel, and it's YouTube/ blah 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 blah, and it's not hard to find, but it's hard enough to find. So what I did was I got us set up. I was thinking about it, like we're trying to get 100 subscribers, so we can change it to YouTube/ The Gig Podcast.
Yeah.
So now all you really have to do is just go to your browser and go to thegigpodcast.net, and it'll take you right to where you want to go. You
Fucking
don't have
perfect,
to go.
Payday.
You don't have to go surfing anymore.
That's why you sit in that chair, my man, because you think of smart shit like that. You son of a biscuit-eating bulldog. So here's what... Oh, okay, so did you hear what happened to the Island Boys?
I have not been staying
See,
up on
this is
top
the
of my
problem that
Island
you're...
Boys list.
See,
I'm busy making websites.
yeah, I mean, fair enough, but also this is important stuff.
Of course it is.
And it plays to one of your favorite topics, sort of,
Okay.
toxic masculinity.
Okay, sure.
Although it kind of plays to the other side,
Okay.
toxic femininity.
Which also exists.
Because the Island Boys, one of the Island Boys, got beat up by his girlfriend.
Okay.
Domestic abuse in the finest degree.
Of all the
she
people,
filmed it.
Of all the people in the rap community, those are the two most likely to be beat up by their girlfriends.
Fair enough. The dude's getting his hair pulled.
Of course he is.
She's pulling one of his big old dreads, and he's like leaned back in the seat, literally crying, "Let my hair go!" And she's like, "What'd you say, bitch?" Pow, pow.
I know
Beating
a couple
the piss
dudes. I
out
know
of
a
this
couple
kid.
dudes down in Florida that like, you know, like know him or like ran into him and stuff like that. Like,
I believe it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Oh, they're stone cold Florida.
Yeah, yeah. Dude.
They're
they're
real
like,
live Florida fortified.
because there are a whole bunch of people that I know down that way. I won't be surprised if Burke knows them.
Yeah, they might have been through a meeting or two with some of them dudes.
Yeah.
Their PO sent them to a meeting. Burke might have ran across them. So just like that, now I think the Island Boys' rise to superstardom, their meteoric rise to superstardom, has come crashing down at the hands of their girlfriend. They got beat up by their wife, their shorty. You know
Well,
what I mean?
maybe what they could do is play on what you said earlier, and now they can play the victim.
Because you know the
And-
victim pays
And,
nowadays.
oh yeah, they're victims, and they can take that on all nationwide. They'll get millions of followers.
Yeah.
All types of young kids. Will
They do a
support.
TED Talk.
Yeah, we'll start talking about domestic violence.
Yeah.
where our girls are beating us.
Yeah.
You know, it's something we haven't been able to talk about.
Yeah,
in
they're
my
really
lifetime.
being
you know?
vulnerable in a way that is really admirable by coming
agree.
out and talking about
Whoever filmed that is a saint.
his girlfriend who was beating him up.
So,
One hand on the phone, one hand.
And one
behind
hand
his
giving him a left hook.
so I'm flipping through, and it looks like
She
Smacking
was
him
hitting with a
around.
back.
left
He got what he
too.
deserved, man.
it looks
Fuck
like
that
he
kid.
punched her in the mouth first, and that's what
That's
started
the word,
everything.
but
yeah.
but
'cause
there's
her-
no video evidence of this.
No,
She
but,
could be covering up. See, and this
right.
is what I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
We're always quick to make the man the aggressor.
Except that
right?
she's
And in
bleeding
this,
from the mouth during the
No.
whole video.
You don't think that she's hitting
She
him
probably
hard
just bit her
enough?
cheek, right?
Yeah, she's hitting him hard enough that she might have like swung, missed one, maybe hit the steering
But
column.
I just feel like in this situation, it's an even match. So whatever happens, happens. We don't need to worry about gender.
I
here.
really don't feel
Yeah.
like I don't feel like it is.
That's what they
Ah,
want.
she had the
I
advantage.
feel like she had the.
I think she definitely.
She
has the
looks like
advantage.
she's got a solid 30 pounds on
Probably
her.
a lot
you know?
stronger than him.
I
that's for
think
sure.
so.
She had the reach advantage.
They're
The whole
su-
thing.
he's such a frail little dude,
These kids
Oh.
don't even know what 20 pounds feels like. They,
all
they,
zapped
they,
up.
They know what an iPhone feels like, how heavy an iPhone is. They can't lift weights.
I know what 20 pounds feels like. I was throwing fucking 65 around in the backyard.
That's good for you. That's good work.
Relax, Richard Furtick.
It was actually 35 is 70, and then a 20-pound. Oh, just curling 90. No big deal.
As you
Smoke,
should.
can you reach into that freezer and get me the chata? I need to top it off. What's up with
Is there anything else good in there?
There's all types of stuff in the bottom. You got them salted caramel hard coffees. You got Bud Light lemonade
You got
seltzers.
smokables up here?
It's right there. Smoke.
got
Hand him that thing.
smokables?
I don't. You got to figure out how to turn it on. You see it? The vape joint. Right there. Right on the records. That black thing next to the water bottle.
Oh, this is
There you go.
great for the
There,
air.
yeah. That's
Oh,
what
look
everybody.
at the size of this thing.
This is what
is-
everybody's dying to hear.
What is
I don't
this?
know. I don't smoke the thing.
It was
Oh.
the Lysol. It was right in the way. I couldn't see it.
I mean,
Let me see.
that's for the guests.
Let me see how it feels.
Is it on?
Probably not. I have no idea how to use these.
Probably
things.
got. You probably got to
Look,
hit the
it's giving
button
me
5 times.
directions. What the fuck's this thing saying?
Smoke, help him out there.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I think
There's no helping this.
I
thing.
think
The
that
vape.
this is a. I think you're like you said, E. This is a perfect opportunity for them to take this show on the road, get themselves a TED Talk, and
Yeah,
start
I
addressing
agree.
feminine abuse.
I agree. I
I'll-
think they could be great role models.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'll come out now and say it. I once got punched by my wife. Now, this was a long time ago. She punched me because I came home on cocaine. I don't know if it was acceptable, but I took it. And maybe I deserved it. But
You
if I
took
had...
it like there was an option.
Yeah, here's the thing. If I had a role model... Smoke, pass that over. If I had a role model who was speaking up against
Thank you, sir.
domestic violence from females at the time, I think I would have been more likely to stand up for myself. That's it. You know? So,
Would you have been willing to pay a $10 monthly subscription to the Island Boys if they could have helped you?
I'll pay it. Listen, I'll pay him a $10 monthly subscription right now just to watch their antics.
There you go.
You know, just to see him
So-
eat
so
Xannies
at the
and
end of
swim
the
around
day-
with each other.
At the end of the day, you just do some silly shit like that, and you know who knows who will listen to you and follow you.
Right.
These kids will follow anybody.
I'm a big supporter of the Island Boys. I don't
They're doing their
necessarily
thing.
like
They're doing their thing.
monetarily support them, but I love the fact, and we talked about this last week, so we don't want to talk about it too much, but the fact that these two retards could just make themselves look as crazy as possible, eat a bunch of Xanax, and then pretend to sing a song, like whatever comes out of your mouth, just say it, and then it turns into this worldwide phenomenon. I think it's phenomenal because now more kids are going to show you how dumb they are
Oh, yeah.
by doing the same thing.
They've awoken an army of those little
An
motherfuckers.
army of dumb kids.
They're like, oh, that's my role model. I look just like him.
Yeah.
I talk just like him, just naturally by birth.
Right.
And they're gonna feel like they can come out. now.
They have to.
Wait till you see them come out.
Like the Island Boys too.
The Island Boy 2022 generation coming soon.
Here's the thing. Do you think we
Summer
would? You think we
2022.
would have?
Summer 20. Oh man, it's closer
It's gonna be a
than you-
hot summer, bro.
It's closer than you think, man.
That's the catchphrase. Island Boys, summer 2022. It's closer than you think.
It's on the way. It is on the
Can't
way.
stop it.
Here's the thing, bro. Were we saying this earlier? Because had we had the internet and all access to all this like social media, me and you might have been the Island Boys, eh? Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Yo,
Not the dreads or the gold teeth. We'd have been the New Jersey Island Boys, right?
Yeah.
With an oversized T-shirt, with a
With the-
size 4X
the
T-shirt
Jersey
hanging
boys.
around
We'd
our
have been the
collar.
Jersey
overalls.
boys.
The Jersey Boys,
The
right?
Jersey boys.
A pair of state prop pants big enough to fit Payday right now. A fucking pair
Just
of
insulting me once an hour? Is that what we're gonna
Payday.
do?
You're a big guy. You know what I mean? You're a pair of Bo Jacksons
Nice.
and a pinwheel hat. We thought those pinwheel hats were dope, bro. We
did.
really thought
We
those
really
things
did
were
think
killing
that.
it.
Bo Jacksons were the heat, at least.
They were hot.
Oh yeah, they're still.
The-
The Bo Jacksons are still classy. Sneakers don't go out,
Nah,
but pinwheel hats they go
they
out real
definitely
quick.
went out. They
They go
didn't
out real
last
quick.
long. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, all the eras of the hats have gone by. Snapbacks, they come and go.
The red hat, the red Yankees hat. That was like the first
Yeah.
one that was popping.
Oh yeah, they started getting creative.
Like the
They
red,
got
yeah.
real creative.
They had the red Yankees hat, and Fred Durst killed it. You know what I mean?
I forgot about that.
Like he killed it and then killed it.
That was a
You know what I'm
Yankees
saying?
hat. Huh?
Yeah, the red
Yankees
Yanks hat. He came out on fire with the red Yanks hat.
With the nookie. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. What a year.
And then they started running through all the colors at that point. Like you could get like a blue Phillies hat or like a all black, Cincinnati, whatever. You know how you were there.
They made it a lot more like
they-
exclusive than it needed to be too. Like it was hard to find
Yo, it really
the
was.
off-color Phillies hat.
It really was,
Like-
dude. For a little while, it was hard.
Now, and you can go to Lids, dude. You can get you can get Elmo friggin' stitched on the side of your head if you wanted to. Like you can do anything. You can get any color you want.
Yeah,
But if you had like the color in it, like the black on black Phillies hat,
that was a fresh one.
or the black on black anything. But once they started coming with that, you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
Those
murdered
were-
out MLB hats.
black on black was the best hats they had.
Smoke, were you with us the day that Gay Shore took us to the mall
I
and we
was.
robbed Lids?
I was.
So me and Smoke,
We had the whole.
we were deep, right? So this kid, Gay Shore, he was like 19, and he's
we were-
hanging out with me and Smoke, who are 14.
His parents really
Yeah.
fucking hated him, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I think we were on like a whole spree.
Yeah, I'm sure we were on.
Yeah, it
that
was
says
like-
enough right there. He's 19, you're 14.
Yeah, we hung out. We didn't even like him. We were 14, he was 19. We didn't even like him. We thought he was a dork, but he had a car.
Yeah.
So we hung around him
You
so
put
he
up
could
with what
drive
you
us
gotta put up
places.
with.
Yeah. So it's me, Smoke, Luch,
Yeah.
probably at least
SP.
one of the Pine brothers,
Yeah, definitely
probably
SP.
both of them, and God knows who else, right?
Nah, there wasn't no telling where Artie was never there. He
Nah,
was
it
around.
was definitely
He was around.
Artie always had a new friend,
He'd always be whipping around the corner somewhere.
a.
He'd just pop up.
always showing up
three
on
wheels,
somebody.
bro. He'd always be on three wheels. So yeah, he'd never be. He's gonna be on three
He could
wheels.
never keep that thing on the floor, man.
No.
We used to call his whip the Squirrel Killer.
Yep. He had
That
a
joint
topa-
had mad bodies on that
He had,
topaz.
he had a topaz.
Yeah, he loved that thing. He thought that shit was hot.
Yeah, his first.
You
car.
couldn't tell
With a
him
rag
that,
top.
His
bro.
first
You couldn't
car.
tell him that ragtop topaz wasn't a Lincoln Town Car on Dubs.
It had the "I love my topaz" little sticker on the back.
Nah, did
Yeah,
it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I think
he
it
might
did.
he
I
might
think
have
it
chipped
did.
it off like before he drove off in front of the crib with it, but
I think it might could have.
That's funny.
So it's like 6 or 7 of us inside of a '96 green Ford Taurus.
Yep.
You know the green color that every Ford Taurus is,
Yep.
right? That aqua
It's got a
blue,
little blue
green,
to it, yeah.
For whatever reason, you could only get a Ford Taurus in blue, green, and maroon.
Yeah, if you needed
There was
another
no
color,
other
you had to go
colors,
with
yeah.
the sable.
Yeah, if you need another color, you had to go get a vinyl wrap job on your Ford Taurus.
They didn't have those.
No, that's true. You had to go to Mako
Yeah.
and get it painted.
Mako.
Yep.
Double A,
Bing, bing.
MCO.
get the chameleon paint job.
That's AMCO. Hey, what does AMCO do?
Oh, it's,
The same.
Yeah,
same
you're right.
letters, different word.
Yeah,
Mako, Amco.
the double A throws me off.
and they're both automobile
Yeah,
joints too.
you're right, though.
AMCO might be mufflers.
Yeah, they're mufflers and brakes and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
It was good.
Double A
I liked it.
MCO.
Yeah. Beep beep.
Yep.
So we're like 7 deep in a '96 Taurus, smoking dirt weed, drinking Mad Dog 2020s, partying in the middle of the day, right? For what it must have been the summertime, or just none of us
Ah.
were going to school. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like it was cold that day.
It was cold.
Yeah,
and
I
it was
feel
like
like it was
later.
cold.
Yeah, because so like it got
So
dark
we were
like
on
early,
Christmas vacation.
and it got dark like early. So, you know what I mean?
I was already a high school dropout. Everybody else was on Christmas vacation.
That's it.
And
dude.
Jay Gayshore had graduated 3 years ago. So we're riding around drinking Peachka, you know, fucking smoking weed with seeds and sticks in it
Yeah.
out of Philly blunts, chocolate Titan Phillies and shit like that.
Delicious.
You know, three blunts out of a dime bag type of shit.
Yeah.
And Gayshore's riding us around. We're like, we want to go to the mall, right? Oh, I remember a second part of this story. This is gonna be a long one. So, and then we'll end after this story for part 2.
Yeah.
You know. All right. So we go to the mall. And we run through the mall, right? 6 of us. We all walk in. We make a game plan. We like huddle up outside of
Yeah.
Annie Ann's.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, look, we're all gonna walk in separate and act like we don't know each other.
Yeah.
SP, you start talking to the dude who works there and just like keep him kind of occupied. So SP's in there asking him stupid questions like, well, do you know the original reason why they put 6 buttons on the snap of the back of a hat? And the guy's trying to like look cool, like he knows what he's talking. Like he's like, I
He's
work
the-
at
he's the hat
Lids. Like,
master,
yeah,
yeah.
I got it. I'll give you an
I
answer.
know hats.
Yeah. And we all walk in like one at a time and we're just browsing, right? Everybody's dropping. We got our winter coats on and shit, so everybody's dropping hats inside of our coats. Boom,
Yeah.
boom. each of us must have got 10 hats,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And we all walk out nonchalantly. SP finishes his wonderful conversation with the gentleman working at Lids, and we walk back out to the car. Everybody starts emptying out, right?
Dude.
The
whole
back window
Yeah,
of
the whole
Gay
back
Shores
window.
Taurus is filled up with fitteds and snapbacks and dad hats.
No, like stacked tight
Bro,
too.
stacked.
Like all the way up, like every row.
Bro, we
It was like a
pillaged
whole-
Lids.
Nobody just stole the shelf hangers just to make it more
Dude.
We
convenient.
should have, right?
Yeah, right.
We must have had 60 hats, bro.
Dude,
60 hats at like $25 a piece. You do the math. You know what I mean? 25. I don't feel like doing it.
$1,500.
Yeah. It was a wild. Like, I don't know how this dude was talking to SP and didn't like just start noticing that racks
The
of
hats
hats
were
are
disappearing.
missing. Do you I remember one hat that I got, which I got a gold. Like, this was right when the Rams changed to gold.
After the Super Bowl.
So they had the gold. It was a gold hat, like not shiny gold, but
Yeah.
like that gold color with a blue Rams R. I loved the hell out of that hat. I shaved 3 cuts in my eyebrows just so it looked better with
Trying
that
to
hat.
wild out?
Yeah, just to match that
Trying to
hat.
wild out.
I was wilding
He
out. It
was
wasn't
wilding
no
out.
wasn't no try
That's what-
about it,
he
Daddy.
made that song about Sean. Dude. He was talking. That was Sean's
He was
everything.
singing my song. Till I'm gone, you sing my song. Emilio just trying to get over. And you probably don't know that song because you weren't there.
It's facts.
But Smoking, he know it. So after the Lids pillaging of '99, we went to make another move.
Sure.
Oh,
Did we go?
Kurth was there.
We went to
We went to Dick's.
Dick's. I remember.
right? We go into Dick's, and for whatever reason, again, we all split up,
Yep.
and me and Kurth are
That's what
in.
I said. We were on a spree.
Yeah, me and Kurth are in the aisle.
You got to hit them all in one night before the cops figure out
Yeah.
what's going on.
We're in the sneaker aisle. The Iverson threes, like the third
question threes,
yeah,
the Reeboks.
The Iversons came out, and I didn't even really like them like that, but everybody was getting them, so I needed to get a pair. And by this time,
That's
I
a great
was
shoe.
I
That's
was
a great
such
shoe.
a
The
hoodlum.
zip up one, the one with the
Nah.
zip.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
with the
you talking
zip.
about
It had
the
the
zip.
zip.
It had the zip. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
the
yeah.
third one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was such a hooligan by that point that my mom had just stopped doing things for me. You know, she was like, it started with like, you got to do your own laundry. And then it was like, if you want new clothes, you got to buy them. And then it like eventually made its way down the line. Like, if you want your freedom, then, you know, you got to figure that out too. Cause I'm going to let your PO know what's going on. So, you know, she like stopped doing things like letting me be free and live life. But that's neither here nor there. So everybody had this shoe, so I want a pair, right? I want a pair of these Iversons so bad.
Nah, that's not it.
That's the 3.
Nah, that
that's
ain't it.
Nah,
Nah,
that's
that
zip-
ain't it.
It's the 3.
Don't
Okay,
put-
well-
you might not have had the
Don't
3.
put that on the TV thinking that Cove would ever rock something like that. Don't do my dog like that. Get that
Thanks
shit
for
off
having
the
my
TV,
back.
bro.
They're the one with the zip.
Yeah, the threes.
Look, the Payday's putting together a collage right now.
Taurus.
He got the Taurus on the
Yeah, we
screen.
were riding
the,
real tough.
The
weren't we?
Iverson
Robbing
three.
lids. Yeah, I know the type. I know the type of kid that
I'm
did
trying to
this
find the
fucking
Rams hat, but I can't find it.
I know the type of jerk
Oh,
off shoe.
dirty sneaker motherfucker. This fucking kid. Look at him coming.
It's got to be done in a Taurus
Surprised they
too.
weren't black Air
They
Force
felt
Ones.
bad for you, Sean. That's
With
why
two
they
fucking- with-
let you go.
With 2 fucking dusty ass cubic zirconias in your ear. Yeah. Dusty
Yes,
sneakers
yes.
and fucking dull cubic
And fucking
zirconias.
3 cuts in your eye.
And 3 cuts in your eyebrow and a gold Rams hat.
Yeah.
I'm
like-
waiting for you to find the right sneaker,
I'm
man.
working on it.
Give him some credit.
Yeah, got me looking like an asshole wearing a
the
sneaker like
Iverson
that.
Listen,
3
the
was
zipper
a
ones
hard
don't look
piece.
that much
The
better,
black
so
and
calm
white
down.
ones, Sean, the black and whites, right?
They were black and white.
Yeah. They had
They had a red and white, I think.
Yeah, they came
had
out with a
blue-
couple of
didn't
They
have a
had
blue
like
one?
they had like some gray, like some.
There you
Yeah,
go.
those
There
joints.
you
Oh,
What are they?
Those are much better.
What are
Much
they?
better.
Those are, hold on, I'll tell
Well,
you
they were
something.
hot in that time. I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Iverson 3 right there.
No, this is the 3.
So what's that? What's the
So
black and
I'm
white
looking.
one?
I think
All
it's
right.
the 4, but I'm looking.
Anyway, so
It's the 4.
okay, the 4.
okay.
So I'm going. I wanted the
Those are
Iverson
the
4s.
I never even seen those.
Mostly
Yeah,
because
the
I didn't know any
the
better
first
and
ones.
everybody else had the Iverson 4. So I
Right.
felt like that was the sneaker that I needed. So we go in and me and Kurth are in the aisle trying to plot on them. I'm trying them on. I try and like stick it in my jacket. I'm like, that's not going to work, right? So I put them back. But prior to that, I had this style at the time where I would wear soccer socks under my shorts, right? Like I thought that was hot, right? Like I would wear like a yellow shirt. Oh, due to poor wireless, there we go. We're back.
What happened?
We're going. Our live feed's acting
On
up.
the live? Well, then you wanna break your story here or keep talking? Because we're at about an hour.
Hey, if you're on the live, we're gonna come right back. We're having some difficulty. I don't know what the hell's going on. Poor wireless connection. I don't know why it's doing that.
Too many people sucking up the Wi-Fi.
We're going to come right back. All right, so I'm going to finish the rest of this story. If you're on the replay, you'll hear it on Thursday. So you're getting the replay on Tuesday? Probably. Hang around. Come back on Thursday at noon. Second part of this story, and the rest of that episode will drop. But also, what are the other things I got to tell them? You know, subscribe.
Subscribe, like, comment, do everything to engage with us so that we can get pushed up in the algorithm.
Check us out on the Facebook, the Gig Podcast Facebook page, because that's where we go live on Mondays and Fridays. You can hang out there with us.
Right, and any other time, just go to thegigpodcast.net and it'll take you right to where you got to be.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm getting texts right now from Lou G telling me
What's
that
going
the stream's fucking up. But we will see you later on. Thanks for joining us. We're out of here. Peace.